Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens.
Getting freaky on a Friday night, yeah.
Welcome, Rhinos and Aliens. Just like how we made looking back at 2019 video, we did the same thing for 2020. Apologize about the video being 4 months later than it should have been, but 2021 has already been a very busy and hectic year. So I wanted to do this justice and do it the right way. So this is why I'm releasing it now rather than rushing it and releasing it sometime in January. So just like last year, the RNA crew answered a few questions just describing how this year went for them and what they hope next year will bring. And like always, every answer was as raw, honest, and authentic as it possibly could be. We hope you enjoy. LOPH and Cadoodle.
What is your name?
Jordan.
Monti, a.k.a. Greenland Monty, b.k.a. Stain.
Donnie, a.k.a. the Don Dada of all Dons. Hello.
Francis.
How would you best describe 2020?
As a whole, 2020 was like a shit show, right? Basically. It's the year of the coma, I like to call it. It's like everyone was in a coma this year. We all woke up with longer hair and longer beards, not knowing what's going on, no idea what day it is. Like it's just the year of the coma.
I don't know why it in my head who came up was like handicapped or something. Being hit by a fucking bus.
Well, best subscribe. I said subscribe. Subscribe to us real quick. If you guys is watching this, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. But mayhem. It was a lot of stuff that we just didn't expect and we just wasn't ready. So if we was in a fucking apocalypse, we would have all been dead. Only a few will live.
Life and death. Missed opportunities on such a mind-numbing scale, which has led to an unfortunate but necessary awakening.
Which aspects stood out to you about 2020?
2020 has separated the idiots from the not idiots, I would say. 2020, I realized how dumb. Like, you know, from meeting people, you were like, oh man, people are dumb, right? Just from like working and, interacting with people in general. But 2020, idiocy has really shined. And the sad part is, I think we can go even further. I think don't give up yet, humanity. This year is definitely a year where I've seen some of the dumbest shit coming out of people's mouths. Just come from people in general.
Fatherhood.
COVID. I can say COVID, right? COVID.
The classism and sexism, the double standards, the fakeness, the hypocrisy. Truly discovering and actually experiencing how everything is about power, which explains the previous things that I mentioned before. This actually brings up a great quote that I came across in House of Cards where Frank Underwood says, everything is about sex except sex. Sex is about power. But when you think about it, the only way to consistently and constantly obtain sex is through power. So at the end of the day, in one manner or another, the world is about power. Everything runs through power.
What have you discovered about yourself in 2020?
I learned that I hated my job, which I actually already knew, but I learned that I was not going to sit there and fucking just be accepting of that. I'm going to get a new job. I learned almost nothing, actually. So if you look at it that way, it's actually been very saddening. And a lot of people picked up, I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to learn how to do this. And I have done nothing of importance. I've played some new video games. I mean, technically, if you look at this from last year, I'm in the up. Because last year, I had games in plastic. And now I'm like, man, I've played 5 new games this year. So that's pretty nuts. Even if half of them have been remastered, so I've played the old one, but that doesn't matter because they were still new when I bought them.
I need to take my future more serious. Way more serious than I did before. If I don't take it as serious as I should, then I ain't gonna make it as fast as I'm thinking about it.
blood is not always thicker than water. You have to depend on yourself more than you depend on others.
I've fully come to the realization I am a basic man. I'm an average human being. I've never really held myself on a high pedestal, but this year really made me realize how low or below I am compared to the top. At the end of the day, I'm broke, soft. I'm really nowhere in life. You could basically say I'm a pussy ass bitch, a bitch ass pussy. Damn, no wonder I'm single.
Did your expectations for 2020 come to fruition?
No, because I've done nothing this year. But my goal was to become rich. Not complete failure, because technically I am richer now in mind and spirit than I've ever been. But financially, I'm not where I want to be.
A little bit. So my expectations were satisfied a little bit. A little satisfied.
I said for the review of 2019, make sure you go watch that. I did say make your own goals and make sure you accomplish them. And then COVID hit us. So I even failed at that. All the goals was just A-Town stumped on and shitted on, you know? It was like a skunk came by, sprayed my goals, and then a dog came by and shitted on me, and then a hobo pissed on me.
Yes and no. Yes, because I discovered aspects about myself that I love while becoming a better person, a significantly better person. But at the same time, no, because there's many things I wanted to discover that feel like they're further away than they've ever been before. While other qualities that I was trying to improve have only gotten worse to the point where it's made me harder, more emotionless, and darker.
What do you project 2021 bringing?
Nowhere. I mean that as an actual, like, physically, I don't see myself going anywhere. I don't have a lot of goals. My main goal is to try to get some money flow. I mean, it's just simple ones, you know? Be happy, not become miserable, don't die. All those are pretty solid. Play more video games, even though I don't play that much, but I want to play more. Maybe learn a language that I probably won't do because I've been saying that for years and it still hasn't happened. Make a new friend. I'll put that on the list. How about that? I don't meet people, but, you know, we'll throw that out there. I think 2021 is going to be a decent year. I think it's going to be better than 2020. I may be completely wrong, but I think it's going to be better than 2020.
Notable as a gamer and a guy who owns a business, or a clothing business that actually succeeds in, like, what I actually like to be, like, you know, unreasonable to everybody else, but I want it to blow up.
The sky is the limit. It is, guys. It's a new year. We've passed the mayhem. The apocalypse is gone. It's still around the corner, so you got to be careful. But at the same time, guys, but the sky is the limit.
Suffering, pain, fear, a lot of anger. All of this will or should lead to serious doubt and questioning my entire existence. But hopefully this will result in a phoenix rising from his ashes and making sure that he never settles for anything less than growth and success. Just go missing and it's all good.
Yeah. You know, we don't need you. we don't require your services anymore. And when you let somebody go off for their job, we don't require your services anymore.
You're no longer needed.
Exactly.
How the fuck did we get on this?
I have no clue. That should be like a topic. What's the nice way to fire someone?
And then that leads into what's the nice way to dump someone? Mm-hmm. Which leads into the whole
A
episode.
whole lot of shit.
Yeah.
What's a nice way to do a lot of things, you know? Like, what's the instead of being an asshole, what's the nice way? Let somebody go, you know, stuff like that.
But seriously, not trying to be an asshole. But because you're not trying to be an asshole, that's what makes it funny.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a friendly reminder, guys. Hit the subscribe button in this corner. And then for the newest video. Then for the most recommended. And then for our famous dick pic.